Hello, my name is Robert Martin, Chief Superintendent of Edmonton Catholic Schools.
And my name is Tim Cusack, and I serve as Deputy Superintendent. At this time, we would like to share some important information with you regarding the upcoming opportunity for you to choose the learning option for your children, in person or online.
To begin, it is from a place of utmost gratitude that we thank you for your ongoing support of Edmonton Catholic Schools during these challenging times of COVID. In August, in an effort to provide families more than one option in light of the government's mandate to return to in-class learning, we invited families to select the preferred learning option, in person or online, for their children. At that time, we had heard from many parents and students, and we appreciated the many complexities involved on your part in making the decision to choose in-person or online learning. Further, we acknowledge the tremendous work of our administration teams and staff in making the many adjustments and support of our mandated return to in-person instruction, as well as providing support for our approximately 12,000 students who selected an online learning experience. This has been a significant undertaking for our entire staff, and there have been many important lessons learned in terms of resources required, sustainability of programming, and the quality of learning being provided in the online setting.
Once we knew the numbers of students choosing in-person or online in August, our schools and departments had to move very quickly to make all of the necessary arrangements and adjustments to class lists, teacher assignments, and school schedules. This involved a considerable amount of work and adjustment. To accommodate the demand for online learning, our division hired over 95 additional teachers to ensure all students had supports in place for their learning. Although our provincial mandate was for a return to near normal in-person operations, it was important and remains important for our division to provide an online learning experience.
Establishing the online learning supports required accessing additional resources, both financial and human resources. We are thankful for the federal funding and provincial supports that have been provided. Those dollars have helped fund the extra teaching and support staff required, technical equipment, as well as supplemented ongoing costs of cleaning supplies for schools and sites. In setting up our additional staffing, however, we have found that we now have leveraged the supply of qualified and credentialed teachers for any further contract work. This will be a challenge for us moving forward and requires us to be prudent and good stewards of our existing resources.
Initially, the school division indicated that we would permit families to have 4 different times within the academic year, aligned with the high school quarterly dates, to revisit their decision regarding in-person or online learning. In discussion with our administrators, teachers, and in hearing from our departmental support staff, the idea of reconfiguring staffing and scheduling 3 more times this academic year would place a tremendous strain on available resources, and more importantly, may have impact on the quality of learning for students. As an example, the reconfiguring of staffing, teaching assignments, and schedules may see changes to existing classroom structures. This could mean that the teachers students have in a given quarter may be different in the next quarter. Further changes in learning stance throughout the academic year may not be in the best interest of quality teaching and learning.
Our goal, therefore, is to be as minimally disruptive as possible to the continuity of teaching and learning for both students and staff. Whereas our re-entry planning was based on safety and well-being of students and staff, it also addressed the need for rigorous and relevant curriculum. Building positive relationships with teachers is key to creating conditions for optimal student learning. Our hope is that, given the circumstances and challenges we're facing, that you will understand why we will be reducing the number of opportunities to make a change in learning stance to only one more opportunity.
Commencing on Monday, October 5th and concluding on Thursday, October 15th, similar to the process in August, families will have access to a link in PowerSchool whereby you can make the selection of learning stance for your students. What is important to know is that we are now asking families to select a learning option for the balance of the 2020-21 academic year. This means that the choice you make during the period of October 5th through October 15th for either in-person instruction or online instruction will be in effect until the end of June 2021. Again, this is to promote as much stability and consistency to learning as possible. Our online offerings will continue in a similar format to Q1. In some cases, schools can provide in-house online teachers using a balance of synchronous and asynchronous learning activities. In instances where a school cannot free up teachers, we're using a community cohort whereby students from several schools may be assigned to a virtual classroom with an online teacher. Additionally, our Genesis School provides a pure online experience for elementary grades. Our Revelation Online School offers pure online for grades 7 through 9 and a blended online and self-pacing modular experience for grades 10 to 12. Due to the nature of programming and availability of specialty subject teachers, there's not a one-size-fits-all model for online. There will be nuances based on the demand for online versus in-person for each school. Our online offerings will maintain a focus on core subjects, including religious education. As you can imagine, this reconfiguration of class lists, assignments, and schedules requires a tremendous amount of advanced planning and reallocation of resources. For further clarity in terms of what online programming may look like at your child's school, we encourage you to please reach out to your respective school's administration team.
Again, please understand that this is a decision we do not make lightly. When we commenced our reentry planning last May, we intended to provide as much choice and flexibility as possible for families. Our reentry plan indicated that we needed to be nimble and responsive to the emerging and ever-evolving needs given COVID. Having clearly heard the voice of our teachers and support staff, as well as community stakeholders, including parents and students, and with a view to maximizing resources in support of the continuity of learning, we feel it prudent to make this change.
We know that many parents have had to adjust work schedules and that the school-home life balance, because of the learning option chosen in August, was impactful. We hope that by giving you additional notice now, you will be able to make the necessary adjustments to make an informed choice moving forward. Once we know the revised numbers, our school and department teams will commence necessary staffing and scheduling to be ready for the start of Q2 on November 10th. More information will be shared with you in the weeks ahead.
We know that COVID is ever-changing and presents ongoing challenges. The provision of quality Catholic education remains our focus. Please know that while we are asking you to make a choice now for the balance of the year, we will continue to monitor and adjust based on the circumstances and the guidance from Alberta Education and our Chief Medical Officer of Health. We thank you for your understanding and support. May God bless you and your family as we journey together.
Thank you.